G'day, today we're going to play Rogue Tower and go for the Ballistas Only achievement again. My previous attempt, while very successful, was during April Fools, which means that there were a lot of modifiers on, so I think the towers were shooting faster. They were also probably a lot more expensive, I think. So let's see how we go this time, because I think it was already up to like 1,000 gold per tower in that previous one. Whereas this time I am definitely a lot nicer. So let's get more towers up that are gold making. Like my debates on making towers in the previous one definitely hampered, I think, by how much those towers were costing me. Okay, crit. It's always a good one to get going. Get one last tower in here. Now, this is definitely good news that these towers are going to get used as everyone comes past them. Definitely glad about that, and the more range that we can get, the more of these guys that are going to become part of this real quick. Go for the burn straight away. Oh, beautiful. This is going to mean that hopefully they can go all the way around there, and we've got a really nice setup. Now, all of these guys will have to stay as progress based, because I can't have some guys coming around here stronger than what's in here. Like if guys are already towards the end, I can't have these looking at anyone else. And obviously we can start speeding this up too. Let's go more burn damage. I mean, they turn away there, but that's alright. Half of these guys already being utilized is quite good. Alright, let's get some of that gold. Nothing about the layout so far that has sort of inspired me to build anything in any sort of particular way yet. We'll sort of just follow the houses at this point. That corner's not too bad, I suppose. We've got some nice high points. Definitely do have to get something going soon, because you can see these guys are getting real close to making it in. Get one more guy in there. We'll go for fire, since that's the one that we've got currently on people. So these three guys up here will go for our priorities. So he'll be most armor, he'll be most shield, he'll be most health. So similar to our strategy last time. Definitely got an eye out for the range ones. I think they're going to be the most important ones. But based on sort of the way that I found this goes, as long as I just stick to doing tower only sort of stuff, it does almost run out of options of what it can give me for tower only. Ooh, it's the range there, so we definitely aren't going to slouch on that one. Actually, that one won't count there, so let's demolish him. And let's make this a group of 3 focusing. With shield, armor, and health. More range, so we'll definitely on that. Now with these guys, we will make sure that at least the guys that are focused on shield actually have some sort of shield competency. The other 2 guys are probably high enough that it's not too big a deal. Take the gold. That does end up being about 20% of our total amount. Got some nice hills in the middle here that, with the range that these guys are going to be able to hit, we can probably hit on both this side and this side once they come through. I'll still go for the money. Cool. Now, I guess hopefully this takes a right turn here. I mean, if it goes in there, it just means that I can sort of stack this up heavily on the whole walk, but it's sort of like it means that I'm going to be hit with everyone at the exact same time each wave. feel a little less than ideal. Definitely the thing that is better in this version as opposed to my April Fool's version is that I do have a lot more money this time because these guys don't cost anywhere near as much. A really nice position for that guy in there. Got a 2 spot there. So again, we'll go for these 3, so he can be armor, he can be shield, and he can be health. Take the range. And because these guys are so cheap, I mean that's 3,400 for 340 rather. But these guys should still make all that back by the time this is all said and done. But this is where we, I guess, is sort of starting to go, alright, we shouldn't be progressing this any further than this. This is, let's try and build up these guys and then see how we go. So we do have a fair bit of burn, so let's go the maximum burn. So we'll take the thing that's to do with bolts. I'll just go some damage as well. Okay, so now we've got money, some spending done. So let's get this guy to armor. Let's go to 20 shield. This guy to 20 health. We'll just wait to see how guys are progressing through this section. This is just more about, I guess, the speed that we can see these guys are now firing at. Definitely nowhere near as quick as they were in the previous one. So it's whether we've actually got enough firepower in the amount of towers that we have to take care of these guys. But the logic's meant to be that it's the amount of damage that each shot is doing that should equal the amount of firepower that we need. Take the big health damage. We'll expand out again, and there's our split. So we do want to be operating on this side of that split. We've got a huge path to work with. We've got some nice points here and here. We can have these guys sort of working both the front and the back. These might be my progress hybrid guys. These guys here will do as a set of shield armor and health as well. So we'll get these guys to 20. For chance. He's already at 20. Slow will be good. We can get these guys back all the way over here. Definitely will make it appealing to get some more guys in this section. Down here too, I suppose. This one and then that one. These 9 guys here are doing some great work, and I should, these progress guys as well, sorry, I should work on. What do we want? Yeah, let's get some going. That's a 2 height there, so let's take advantage of him too. Get 3 guys in that hybrid spot. Lead damage, beautiful. And this is great. And I mean, they're gonna have to go in that square no matter what, so another nice win for sort of layout. Alright, and we've got so much money, let's get these guys, our specialists, invested again. So all this money's going to go into the specialists, not those hybrid guys. It's more slow. These guys here are possibly a little bit of a waste of money. Like, they're really in a corner. Whereas I could have, say, 3 guys here that are getting those upgrades that are going to have a much more significant hit on the whole build. With the bleed or doing it the freeze? Bleed. So I do like the idea of just continuing to let this one run. And so that hopefully this one splits, so more and more percentage of the guys are coming this way, and less are coming from that point there. Again, as long as no one's getting to this point here, I'm hesitant to keep building more towers. I mean, the point of this strategy is... Cool, so there's a split, so that should divide the amount of guys to fewer here. The point of this style is to have less guys, less towers on the board, and focus the damage on those towers, so... That's the only reason I'm reluctant to put some guys here and here. I mean, possibly I could rip up these 3 guys and sort of shift them forward. They haven't had any money really spent on them. And position-wise, they're not impacting anything. Comes Oogie, so let's just demolish those 3 guys. I don't think we've spent any extra money on them. We'll go set of 3 there, and a set of 3 there. But these guys aren't worth any more to sell because they've had upgrades, so we'll just leave them as is, but we'll sort of basically retire them from more upgrades and we'll focus on these guys instead. Now, whether we actually upgrade these guys with the focus tower style is unsure as well. And we're not really going to use either of those, so we may as well go for the stronger base. I guess these guys are quite significant for how far back they're going to be doing damage. I have them currently set to progress. I would like them to be sort of more focused towers, so I can give them a specialty to really look after. But I don't know if just actually having the ability to shoot at everyone and let these 6 guys do that real focus damage. But I don't want them falling behind. It's more an idea that if they're one tower with 3 different specialties, I guess. So let's do it. Let's go shield, armor, and health. Yeah, I think that's the way to look at it. That it's just, they're not 3 separate towers, they are just one tower. Because it's actually cheaper, basically, to build them like this. That, like, to get one tower to 30s across the board would be way more an expensive investment than having 3 separate towers. Not only that, it's shooting 3 times as fast, and that base investment of actually laying the tower is not that much. We'll do it with these guys too. Armor, shield, and health. Alright, so let's have a look at how our progress guys are looking. We'll jump them 30, 15, 15. I say I couldn't imagine we're going to get so lucky that this was going to then come back again past this, but... Alright, we're still rolling with 7,000 gold, so let's get these guys upgraded as well. We'll go to 40 now. Yeah, now we gotta wait for the guys that have got one the whole length. Okay, that's the one we don't want. I'm not even sure if we've got bleeding going, do we? Oh, we do? Good. Another split. And it does mean these guys are doing some early important work. The more work they do early taking out these guys, the less work there's going to be for these guys as they come past. This is the argument for sort of extending these guys out a little bit, is that I have to wait for these guys to come in. Alright, so we've got poison damage going too. We'll give this guy 1 square. I was going to say we hope he doesn't split. Of course he does. Almost a guarantee that that's going to split when you do something like that, I feel. So, lesson learnt. At least that's a nice little silver lining. These guys can take a bit more of a shot from some guys further back. I don't want to upgrade those guys. Unless this takes a sharp turn left and they become significant. But even then it's a... they're probably a bit more removed than where I want to be spending my money. Alright. Well, some of these guys you can see have got so low health, and they're making it so far because they stopped being the focus of anyone at that point. None of these guys are interested in you if you're low health. You've got to get to these guys here, or back to these guys here before you're anyone's going to care about you as a progressing guy with no health. Which I don't mind, because if these guys have already taken that much shot that they're that low, it means that they're probably also got damage over time ticking away at them, and they might just die before they reach this point. But I mean, they've got to circle these guys that are going to hit them the whole way around as well. I mean, they're not the strongest. They haven't had any of the upgrades. But I mean, they've gotten all of these upgrades. Alright, did these guys get through? Yep, they got upgraded. So let's focus on these guys. And we are starting to deal with the... I didn't even notice that Augie come in. I assumed that had been sitting there for a much longer time, but I realize it's only just 36 now. So you can see these guys are getting all the way around, but yeah, I don't think there's any concern to it. I mean, potentially what I could do is just build some towers in here or change these guys to be progress based. I think we're still going to be okay anyway. Right, no to you. Poison. And obviously I'm non-stop spending money on them, the ballistas. They were still holding at 85 damage. The gold spent. And we are 19% of our income has come from house protection, 19% has come from the banditry. Now around level 40, 44 or so, maybe less than that, we start to really feel the effects of the purple guys that spawn. Now those purple guys that spawn, it seems to be when they take these guys here. That guy there is the one I'm talking about. Seems to be once they sort of take some significant hit, they'll spawn little guys that rush. But as long as everyone's sort of taking a hit up here in this region, we might not be too bad. Some of them are getting down in here. Doesn't seem to be like something we can't handle. Alright, so we're going to start closing off all our entrances, I'd say. There is definitely a difficulty jump that suddenly happens in these last few waves. And you can see how many little guys are now getting through. So this is basically the idea that all of these guys are focusing on the big guys around, and that this is going to be the little guys are going to be taken on by all of this. So is it going to work? I don't know. There's a lot of big guys that are still alive and well getting into this section, and there's still heaps of guys that all of this is still going to be focusing on. So we'll slow it down while we watch this. Like I said, a lot of these guys have got a lot of... are doing a fair bit more damage than you'd expect because of all those upgrades that every base tower has just gotten. Does seem almost... I'm not really sure about upping the strength of the already strong guys, because I'm not sure that they're really where the problem is here. The problem essentially is why can we get guys like that all the way to there? How did he make it that far? You can see another one's there. That they are definitely reaching the point where they're no longer the threat because they've dropped below the required health. So what is our adjustment there? The adjustment's going to be... I think they have more progress-based guys. I think if we'd used probably this position here, and there, even here, a bit more for guys that were focused on progress. But again, that would be upping the amount of numbers that we're going for, and we're going for low numbers. But It's alright. We definitely think about it, come back with a new approach. Thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.